I'm going to show you a little trick this morning on how to cut off a bolt and not ruin the threads, so that you can use the bolt after you've cut it off. I'm putting this track dolly together. I actually put it together a while back. It's for filming. You set your camera on this and it rolls on tracks. And the problem is I left these bolts sticking up, and those are just something to hurt somebody or to trip over or to just do damage. So I need to cut them off, and ultimately I want them to look like this. I want them to be recessed. So I got to cut those bolts off, and I'll show you how you do that. A little trick that somebody showed me a long time ago without destroying the bolt thread. All right, so we're going to take this one right here and take it off. Grab a hold of the back of it there. Get that loosened up. That looks like I can do it with my fingers now. Just take this off. All right. Drill this out a little bit. Leave myself some room to reset this this nut and bolt it. So I'm going to stick this through there, and I'm going to make myself a mark. I want that to kind of be flush with the top of the wood there, so I'm going to mark this bolt, mark the threads where I want to cut it off. Let's see, about right there. That looks like it'll work. Now, of course, if you have a tap and die set, it's no problem. You can recut threads, do whatever you want to do. But this is just an easy way not to have to deal with that. If we were to cut this bolt off there at our mark, and then try to screw the nut back on, I promise you, you just can't cut it smooth enough. It boogers those threads up, and you'll never get this nut started. I've tried it and done it, failed many times. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and put that nut on there and run it up past where we're going to cut. Get it past that so that it'll be on there. We're going to put this in the vise and looks like we're going to try to cut it off about right there. Go ahead and cut this bolt off. Whoopsie, we want to stay right in the same thread, because that right there is exactly what you do to booger your threads up. Kind of start slow until we get going. And then as you get close, this piece will try to fall off and like bend off, and it will make a burr on there. So I hold up on it. I hold it in place. And it's hot. It's hard to hold on to. But I try to minimize that burr. Now I've still got a burr there a little bit. But when I take this out of the vise, and you see as I try to take this off, I can't get it off. It's stuck there. If I were trying to get it on, I would never get it on. But I can take wrenches and force it off, and what that does is that cleans out, replaces those threads, puts them back where you'll be able to get it started again. And that way you don't have to use a tap and die set and just redo your bolt. And so now we can stick our bolt back through there like that. Go ahead and get our washer on. And even though that's not even and it's still got a little burr on it there, which I'll grind off in a little bit, I can go ahead and get that nut started, and no problem. Take a wrench, grab the back of here and hold on and torque this sucker down. And boom, that thing is recessed. I'll take a grinder and I'll knock that little burr off there, and winds up being a whole lot nicer job.